Hey, what's up? This is Fred. I wanted to bring a quick video to you guys to kind of go over some things that I've talked about with people who come to me for a consultation, so I can kind of give you guys the trends that I'm seeing for 2024, what that looks like, and things where I see a lot of improvement can be made, and it all starts with getting started, right? So I wanted to ask you guys a question, right? When you are looking for someone to either go through a program like credit repair or financial coaching, something like along these lines, I want to know what it is that you guys are really looking for. Like, why are you guys in a position trying to find a solution, right? We want to go ahead and identify what the problem is, and then we want to go ahead and see if we can collectively work towards finding a solution that's going to work to benefit your family, right? Um, and whatever that looks like, right? Because it may work, it may not work, but our goal is to try to help push you in the direction that you want to go, right? Whatever your goals are, right? So a lot of times people come to me, they're looking to work on their credit. They want to fix their credit. So I'm going to go ahead and say here, I'm going to be very transparent with you. We can't guarantee any type of results. We can't guarantee any type of time frames. The only thing I can guarantee is that I will work diligently for you, right? I'm going to go ahead and go all out. I'm going to provide you the information that you need. I'm going to make recommendations, right? Because a lot of times when people come to me and we're going over their credit audit, when I'm looking at their credit report, one, they may be overutilized on their credit cards, meaning they haven't maxed out. So what does that look like? What does maxing out a credit card do, right? What that does is it's going to reduce your credit score, right? Because you're maxing out. So let's go ahead and talk about that, because this is, let me rewind a little bit. People come to me for credit repair, right? What is credit repair? Credit repair is trying to identify issues with credit reporting, right? What does that look like? Usually what we're doing is we're looking for things that are hurting your credit score, and then we want to look for the errors that are being reported, and that's how we go about the dispute process, right? We identify the errors and call out the bureaus as well as the furnishers in regards to what they're reporting. Hey, you're reporting this information, but it's different across the three bureaus. Can you please review this, fix the errors, make sure everything is complete, and make sure everything is verifiable. That's what we want, because that's what the law says, right? We don't care if you're late. We don't care if the account charged off. We don't care if your car got repossessed. Our only concern is, are they reporting accurately on the credit report? Okay. So, that being said, this is 35% of the credit score, right? It's credit repair, trying to remove your payment history that is negatively affecting you. Okay, 35%. So what does 35% look like? Well, a FICO score has a range from 300 to 850. There's a 550 point spread, right? So when you're talking about 35%, you're talking about 192 and a half points, right, in this section of the FICO score. So people come to me, let's say they have a 500 credit score. If we were able to remove every single negative item on there, you may jump up 192 and a half points. May, right? I'm not going to say that's what's going to happen, because there's a lot of other things that go into that calculation. Things like payment history, right? If we're deleting an item that was 15 years old, right, because it was charged off, and now we deleted that item, now you're no longer getting that history, right? So history is 15%, or 82 and a half points, right? Going back, when we talked about credit usage or credit utilization, that counts for 30% of your score, which is up to 165 points, right? So 165 points. So a lot of times people come to me, they don't have any open credit cards, so I make the recommendation, hey, I have a credit building blueprint. I'm going to push you through here. Follow these steps, and in turn, you should see some type of increase. Or I may say, these two credit cards are maxed out. If you can get them below 10%, this is what that might look like on your credit score. Because in our credit monitoring service, right, we have something that gives an estimated calculation, right? It's a sliding scale, right? You can go ahead and say, hey, if I paid $700 towards these accounts, how much would my score move, right? And that's an estimation, but it's something that you can start to work towards, right? We have goals. We need to put small incremental goals in place to make sure that we're working towards hitting those goals. If we hit those goals, things can start happening with the credit score, right? So, people working with me, and people who aren't working with me, if you're interested in what it is that we do here, right, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know now, right? We are a financial coaching firm, and we specialize in credit repair. So you're going to receive the benefits of two different services for the price of one, right? A lot of times people say, well, I only want the credit repair, right? I have to stress this because people don't really understand, but I'm going to go ahead and stress this with you guys right now. Credit repair is a band-aid on the bigger problem, right? I've been doing this for this is my 24th year. June will be 24 years that I've been doing credit repair, right? And the number one indicator, the number one common denominator when it comes to people with issues with their credit is a lack of budgeting, right? And that's why a few years back, about 4 years ago now, I started to change our business model because I wanted to make sure that people weren't just coming back and forth, like a revolving door. I wanted to make sure that people coming to me are going to come to me for a reason, right? Credit repair. But they're going to leave with the knowledge of what it comes, what budgeting comes with, right? We want to talk about the finances and what that looks like in the overall picture, right? I'm not going to just talk to you guys about doing one thing versus another. I want to talk about putting together an emergency fund, because a lot of times people will get a flat tire, come to find out the tires are bald and they need a set of tires, right? Well, if you don't have an emergency fund, where are you going to get those funds from, right? So there's a lot of things that come with it. A lot of times people come to me, they want to buy a car. What does that look like, right? People, when they're buying a car, they think, okay, I'm going to have a car payment and I'm going to have a down payment. That's what they think about. They don't think about everything else that comes with the car, right? Things like insurance, gas, maintenance, car washes, parking, registration, all these other things that come with buying a car. So these are things that you have to calculate into your budget, because if you don't, you don't know how many people I know who drive with expired tags, right? If that's you, we should talk, right? And I'm not trying to talk down on you guys. I'm just trying to paint a picture. I want you guys to see what it's really like in the shoes of someone who's maybe going through this and is doing everything they can to get out of it, right? I have people come to me, they want the service, but they can't afford the service, right? It comes back down to budgeting, right? If you put a budget in order, you know how much income you're making, how much expenses you have, and what's left over or not left over, that's where I come into play, right? If you only have one job and you're not making ends meet, you do need to get either a new job that pays more money or get a side hustle, right? Take on a side hustle. Usually you do that stuff on your own, right? And this can help increase your income, right? A lot of times we eat out a lot, right? I know I'm guilty because I like to eat out. It's cool to eat at home. A lot of times you just want to get out the house, you want to change the scenery, and you go out, right? And what happens when you go out? Are you getting appetizers? Are you getting drinks, right? All this stuff adds up. Then, are you paying a tip? Do you have to pay for parking when you go out? These things are things that we need to think about, right? And these are things that I teach in my program, okay? It's not something that's an overnight thing, right? Every month, there's a new topic that's going to be discussed, right? Whether it's for buying a car, whether it's putting together an emergency fund, whether it's savings, whether it's how to pay off your bills, right? All kinds of things. So I wanted to kind of go over these trends with you because I think it's important that you guys know what I'm saying when I'm talking to dozens of people every day, to try to get a feeling and an understanding of what they're going through, right? And what can happen to their lives by working with me, right? Now, I'm a small firm. I take on a maximum of 150 clients a month. So I'll never have more than 150 clients at any given time. I need to make sure that I have the time to go over things with my clients, right? Where they can schedule an appointment to go ahead and talk with me, so we can go ahead and discuss things that are discussed that they need to discuss, whether it's in regards to their credit or in regards to a program that we've gone over for the previous month. Now, there's lots of reading. You don't have to do the reading. It's highly, highly encouraged and highly, highly recommended. I can't stress it enough, because it's something that until you start putting those actions into play, until you start actually doing the stuff and doing it on a consistent basis and start seeing the change, that you'll start seeing the change. I'm going to say that again. If you want to change, you have to make a change. If you don't make the change, you're going to get the same results doing the same thing, right? They call that the definition of insanity. So I say all that to say this. If you guys are interested in learning more about what it is that I do want to talk to you. Whether it's just to give you information, whether it's just to answer any type of questions that you may have, whether it's to give you some advice, whatever, I'm here for you guys. I just wanted to go ahead and make this video, let you guys know what it is that I've been seeing. I've been seeing all these things with the clients, and the number one factor that I have found, the number one thing, is the lack of a budget. So if you don't have your budget in order, if you haven't put one in place, if you haven't started a budget, reach out to me. Let's talk. I'll go ahead and send you our budget worksheet. I'll even do a report on the budget to let you know if you're in the red or if you're in the black, right? Are you in a deficit, or are you positive? I just want to make sure that I can get some information to you, so that way you can do what you need to do with it. Whatever that might be, whether it's getting started with our services, whether it's just getting some information, some free information. I give you guys the game, let you guys know, okay, you could do this, you could do that, you could do that, right? I have a way you can earn money. I have a referral program. You refer somebody who gets started with me. If by your referral they get started, then I'll send you a check for $100. So people could do that. I got people making $700-800 a month just by sending people they know who have bad credit or in a situation. Right? I got people who pay for their services by making referrals. They make one referral a month, pays for their service almost, right? So that's what I've noticed. Number one recommendation is to get your budget started, because that's where the core denominator, that's where the core root of people's money issues. So I say that again. If you guys want to talk, let's talk. Let's start a conversation. Let's get going. Let's not beat around the bush, right? There's no time like the present. That's why they call it a present, right? Let's talk. Let's see if we're a good fit, right? Let me answer some questions that you might have, and take it from there. Okay. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys for watching. If you're still here, drop a comment below. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll answer them below or whatever. So you guys have a good one. I hope to talk to you guys soon, and let's get active.